Good morning, Tuskegee. Today we are going to learn a new skill. You are out here, unfortunately, missing out on the better lesson going on inside the classroom. So you need to do all this work today to earn your way back in there. So we are learning a new skill today. In your journal, copy down this slide. Draw the key, draw the dollar, and then copy all of this down. Okay, so this says skill central idea. What is it? It is a central idea is a 1 to 2 sentence summary of important details in a text. It's what a text is mostly about. Go ahead and write this now underneath its central idea with a key right here for the D. Okay, so as you can remember, when we did the determining importance activity using Miss Cassin's, using her purse, that was us figuring out what's important and what's not. Some of the important things in there were her keys and her wallet. So when we think central idea, we think keys and wallet because this is the important stuff that we pick out from a text. So determining importance is that game of keep or toss we played. It's when we go through to figure out what's important and what's not. And then central idea is that actual stuff that we highlight or that we keep, like the keys and the wallet. Copy this table down in your journal. How do we find it? Step 1, highlight important details. So you do the purse strategy, determine importance. And then step 2, use highlights to make a central idea statement. Copy all of this down in your journal. At this point, if you are missing any of these slides, you need to start the video over and make sure you have all 4. These should be copied down neatly. So why do we find the central idea? Sometimes we can fall asleep while we're reading a little bit and drift off. When we stop and jot the central idea of a text every few paragraphs, it helps us make sure we understand what we are reading. So follow along here. The first step that we are going to do is, we're first going to just look for important details. That's the first step of finding central idea. Beyond the gate, a man lies sleeping in front of a door. Uncle nudges him with the toe of his boot. The man rises, lets us in, then locks the door behind us. This place is dark as a cave, and it smells of liquor and incense. As my eyes adjust, I see a dozen sleeping girls, some in the corners, some on rope cots. What kind of place is this? I ask Uncle. Happiness House, he says. Auntie Mumtaz will explain it all to you. In the weak morning light, I see that the other girls are wearing dresses of every color. They have heavy silver bangles on their wrists and ankles, and earrings of gold and jewels. Their eyes are painted with black crayon, and their lips are drawn on like red chilies. So step 1 is to highlight important details. So what details in here are most important? Here's what I have highlighted because, this is telling me about the place that they're at. This is telling me about the people, and this is a little bit more details about the place. So this is what's basically happening in this scene. Step 2 is to use the highlights to now make a central idea statement. So what is the central idea of this text? So what do you think is the central idea of that passage? A, the narrator's uncle had to nudge past a man to get in the door of the happiness house. Or 2, the narrator enters a dark, mysterious place called the happiness house where she sees many girls asleep. 3, there are many sleeping girls dressed in fancy dresses, jewelry, and makeup. Which do you think it is? Use these highlights to make a central idea statement. Good, it is this because we have the dark, mysterious place, happiness house, and many girls asleep, just like we had in here. So now it is your job to go onto Google Classroom to the assignment. It's from yesterday. You will use the highlighter tool. Ask Ms. Casson if you do not know how to use it to determine importance. So you'll do step 1, which is like this of the text. And then step 2 is to actually jot that central idea every few paragraphs. So kind of like this is a certain chunk of text. It's a few paragraphs long. Use your judgment to stop every few paragraphs. Use your highlights or underlines to gather information for what you just read. go ahead and go to Google Classroom now and do these two things. You can do it. And when it says stop and jot the central idea, you will be typing in your text.